I tasted every food in Finland. That is what Andong, by the channel of My Name is Andong, proclaims. And yeah, whenever I react to these videos, I get hungry, so I'm gonna eat my lunch while I'm doing it. And yeah, you can't really see my pasta because I'm too addicted to Parmesan cheese, but whatever. That's not the point. That's not the point of this video. We're gonna check out the food in Finland. Hopefully soon I can try it as well. Let's go.
Welcome to Finland, world's happiest nation, land of 1,000 lakes, and home to some of the most curious and delicious foods you'll ever see. This beautiful Nordic country is known for many things, but today we want to know, what do the people of Finland eat? In this video, I'll take you on a 3-day journey through
Ruikaleipä,
a
right?
truly underrated foodie travel destination. We'll explore everything from delicious pastries and nostalgic childhood snacks to outrageous ice cream flavors, breakfast staples, Finland's homegrown challenger to McDonald's, classic supermarket favorites, reindeer hot dogs.
I think this is the first time I see a similar video. Usually people is always trying like snacks, like I do as well. Or I don't know, food in general, but to be trying everything from salty to sweet to, yeah, that's really cool. I love that.
Ducks and so much more. If I can give one thing away, the Finns love their rye. Not just in their delicious bread, they make everything from porridge to blood sausage and even whiskey from it. You heard me right, our highlight on this trip will be a Finnish rye whiskey distillery.
Wow.
They're called Kyro, and their master distillers will show us what the Finns can do with their favorite grain. The lovely folks from Kyro have been so kind to invite me up to Finland and are therefore the sponsor of this video. Thank you, Kyro, for letting us go on this epic 3-day tasting journey through Finland. But before we head up north to the distillery, let's start from the beginning. AP and I just arrived in the country's capital, Helsinki, and for breakfast, we headed straight to the city center to check out the famous cafe and beautiful we headed straight.
Look how beautiful Helsinki looks like during the daytime. Oh my god. Wow.
To the city center to check out the famous cafe and
Fazer. Oh my god, I love the Fazer chocolate. Very soon I will be making other taste tests, you know, with all the stuff. I still have lots of stuff from P3, you know, the Finnish snacks that were amazing. Gonna do other videos, don't you worry.
Beautiful flagship store of Fazer, one of Finland's most renowned food companies. Every good day starts with coffee, and I think that's particularly true for the people of Finland, because something that has truly surprised me, turns out Finland has the highest per capita coffee consumption in the world. Finnish people drink 3 to 4 cups a day, which means it's about time to start, and it also sets my expectations quite high. Let's see what Finnish coffee is like. I can feel my energy coming back. Cheers. Like most Nordic countries, Finland loves really dark coffee roasts, apparently. I like coffee dark and bitter. I'm gonna go get a refill because those are free. Now that we're caffeinated, let's move to actual breakfast, and we're gonna start it off with this rye bread sandwich with salmon, dill, and I think a poached egg even. This is about as Finnish as things can get, because this is a rye bread bun, which you will notice is definitely a common thread in Finnish cuisine. Finnish people love rye and they make amazing things from rye. It tastes delicious.
I mean, rye bread is even better because it has more fibers and makes you feel full faster, no?
You need to understand, I grew up in Germany. I'm from a Russian family, so I basically grew up on rye. And also rye bread might not be my first choice when it comes to desserts or sweet pastries, but when it comes to savory sandwiches, oh my god, yes. This next item I think is about as Finnish as it can possibly get, but actually, to be more specific, it is not just Finnish, it is Karelian. Karelia being a special region at the border of Russia and Finland. If you've been following my channel for a long time, you also have seen me taste these things on the other side of the border in Russian Karelia, back when I could travel there, but that's another story. But I'm super pumped to try them here. Obviously, the ones in Finland taste better. You're supposed to eat them with this. This is Finnish egg butter. It's literally just eggs and butter blended together, which I have to say actually sounds very, very interesting and like a great way to make both eggs and butter taste better. Wow. Okay. This is incredible. This is so
wanna
good.
try
Cinnamon
too.
buns, the epicenter of so many debates between the Nordic countries, which I don't know, probably not quite true, but I feel like they all claim to have invented the cinnamon bun.
That is
It is
so
soft,
good.
it's tender. It has these layers where you get like a bit of cinnamon cream, then a bit of dough, then a bit of cinnamon cream, then some rock sugar on top. It's a very good. Why are you laughing? It was just my German accent coming through. What do you mean? AP, zoom in on this. Can you guys see the little dark specks in there? Those are actually little bits of green cardamom. And green cardamom is my kryptonite. Whenever you put green cardamom in a pastry, I become obsessed. Truly, a very,
Really?
very solid
That's
cinnamon
so
bun.
weird.
We're moving to slightly less
a
traditional
weird
items.
choice.
I don't think
Huh?
this is a thing in Finland per se. It is a pastry, which Finnish people love. And it is a chocolate Danish. And with chocolate being like a specialty of the Fazer brand, I thought this must be really good. What the hell?
I'll show you
I
one.
don't fully understand. Hold on. This is so freaking buttery. This is the butteriest thing. This is butterier than butter. You see this? It's like a little swirly bun made from croissant dough, essentially. I don't exactly know, but I think this is filled with cookie dough, which is definitely channeling that cookie croissant thing that went quite viral. So this, which is like collected on the bottom of the bun, legit tastes like a cookie. So I guess this really is like a cookie croissant, and what can I say? I don't hate it. Last but not least, before we move on from the
Chocolate
Fazer Cafe,
potato.
is the one, the only
What?
chocolate potato. I'm an
What
expert
is
at these.
chocolate
I've been
potato?
eating these, or the Russian version, ever since like I was a little kid.
That is so cool.
It's a little too boozy. There's like rum in it. It's like average. And by the way, a little background info. These are unbaked. They're just made from old cookies and butter. I feel like I should get my blood values checked after I come back from this trip, but that is a problem for future Andong. For now, let's move on.
After the hearty breakfast, we venture into Helsinki's crisp air. Our next destination, the historic market hall, a food lover's paradise. Here, traditional Finnish ingredients blend with modern trends. I sample some reindeer banh mi and elk jerky,
What?
finding them
Banh mi. I remember I loved that stuff when I was in Vietnam. Wow, made with reindeer. Wow, that is so interesting.
well, let's say a bit gamey.
So if you want to eat something that tastes exactly like beef jerky, just a lot more expensive,
I'm not a fan of beef jerky.
buy elk jerky. It's delicious and smoky.
Nearby, though, colorful stands showcase Finnish street food under open skies. So, time to indulge in more local treats.
I can't believe that even though this is pretty
it
much my
looks
first
so
time
cool.
to Finland, this is actually the second item we're eating that is in my cookbook. This is a Finnish cream and salmon soup with potatoes, carrots, dill.
I saw this dish in so many videos, but I'm not such a fan of seafood. Salmon. I don't know, I guess I can eat the Norwegian salmon, the smoked one. The salmon of the sushi, but cooked salmon, not really, so I don't know.
All of these delicious things. I have a pretty good idea what it tastes like in general, but I know that eating this right here in Finland, in Helsinki, is gonna hit different. So, this is comfort food in its finest form. The seagulls here are aggressively loud. Look at this big, fat, juicy piece. This is nice. This is so simple. What I am surprised by is that the broth is actually pretty thin and mellow. It's not like super rich and creamy. This is really good. Oh, and of course, we did get a piece of rye bread to eat alongside it. And with the rye bread also came margarine. Gonna dip it. There's something about rye, the taste. They are starting to make me nervous. Maybe their plan is to let me feel comfortable, so I let my guard down. We all know wheat is the basic boy of all grains. And this, rye, that's for us connoisseurs to enjoy. Who doesn't love hot dogs? Everyone loves hot dogs. But have you ever had a reindeer hot dog? Well, me neither.
Wow.
So today is the day when we change that, because this is a reindeer hot dog.
Hodari.
They asked me if they can put relish and crispy fried onions on top. I said, yes, my man, hit me up. But I made sure to not add any ketchup or mustard, none of that crap, because I want the pure, unadulterated reindeer sausage.
Must be so interesting, right? The
It
taste
tastes
of it.
exactly like every other hot dog I've ever had in my entire life. Which is to say that it's good, but I also have no idea what makes it special. I guess reindeer tastes like meat. But hey, it's good. I enjoy it. Apparently these are
What do you think about that?
thing here. I don't know. What the fuck?
Oh
What
my
the-
god!
No.
What the hell?
No, I am armed. I know exactly what you don't. Okay. Okay. This tasting is officially cancelled.
Run.
Gönn dir jetzt.
I
We won the
mean,
battle, but we're still winning the war.
you're there presenting the dish, you know. Your dish is basically all the small fishes that the seagulls just hunt. You're just like displaying it like that. Of course, they're gonna attack you.
War. And by war, I mean the content war. Excitement. Retention. That said, I
ice
still need to
cream.
lift myself up. And what
Bro, please get a salmiakki ice cream. I can't wait to go to Finland to try.
better way to lift oneself up than licorice ice cream? For the
Ooh.
record, I despise licorice. Licorice ice cream you have, right?
Yeah, we do.
If you really, really love licorice, like really intense.
Bro, wait. I said I will make the video later on, but I want to eat the salmiakki while I'm watching this video. I'm still hungry, so yeah, just wait for me 1 minute. I don't want to edit now. Too fast. Yeah, I'm back. I should have probably got the salmiakki chocolate, but whatever, you know. I got this one. Oh my god, these are so great. Okay.
Licorice, what ice cream would you recommend?
Need to be careful
Tanya?
how I
Super
open it.
licorice.
Super licorice. I'll go for the super licorice. I don't think I'm going to be able to handle more licorice.
Ooh,
than
this one. This
There's
is a dolphin.
licorice
Yeah, look,
sauce.
so cute.
There's licorice powder. There are
Wow.
licorice sprinkles. And I think there's also licorice mixed into this. It's going to be the death of me. Thank you guys for watching. My name has been Andong. And this is licorice ice cream. Something is seriously wrong because, I kid you not, this tastes amazing. Really, really good. I have literally never liked licorice in my life. It's a 10 out of 10. This is so good. Why? Is it just because it's mixed with like tons of sugar and ice cream? I'm very confused. It must be the friendliness and the chill vibes of Finland.
I didn't get the salmiakki one. Just got the regular licorice ice cream. Bro, come on. Whenever I go to buy ice cream, I always pick licorice. Come on, what the hell? But I would like to try the salmiakki one. Bro, the salmiakki is so good. I don't understand how is there people out there not liking it. I could finish this whole thing. What the hell? Oh look, even got the poker star salmiakki.
Finland. I don't know. It must be something. I don't know what it is. Okay, it's getting a little intense now.
Sorry.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Just dying from licorice here. Okay, this has been surprisingly good. But now I need something more natural, more refreshing. I know exactly what to get, and I also know exactly where to go and taste it. There. Do you see that building in the back? So let's go there and taste some Finnish berries. In theory, they could taste a lot better now because I washed them with sparkling water. Sparkling water is the king. The church behind us really is gorgeous. I thought it looked kind of Russian, which is not wrong because it's actually been built by a Russian architect back when Finland was part of the Russian Empire. And to this day, it's an Eastern Orthodox church. But we're not here to talk about history and religion today. We're here to taste the delicious food of Finland. And when you speak about Finnish food, it would simply be preposterous to overlook the beautiful frutti di bosco, like, you know, seafood. This is forest food. And Finland has these like beautiful, pristine forests. And in those woods grow the most amazing of
Said it so well in Italian, I'm so surprised.
berries. And we have an assortment of the freshest, seasonal, local Finnish berries. And we're gonna taste them all. Blueberries.
I mean,
So sweet. This
Really?
is fantastic.
how can a
Raspberry.
blueberry be better?
You can just tell if something's been grown in a mass production greenhouse or in like the habitat it's supposed to be in. And then also we have straw. Are you fucking kidding me? If you think shooting vlogs is easy, don't. There are wild animals. There are big bands. There are construction sites. There's always something. This is actually kind of cool though. They must be celebrating something. Let me join in.
For dinner, we're
I think I've reacted before to the Finnish patriotic song and they had that particular Finnish flag, but I don't remember now. Can you refresh the history for me?
Headed to the one and only Hesburger, Finland's answer to
Bro,
McDonald's.
I'm gonna eat one more and
this
then
80s
that's
chain
it.
has become a national favorite, allegedly offering Finnish twists
Bro.
on fast food classics.
Oh my God,
From
it's so
unique
good.
sauces to local inspired items, Hesburger showcases why it's won Finnish
Oh,
hearts.
yeah, it's so
but
hard.
how good is this Finnish style fast food really?
Well, here we are. Well, they're still fresh out of the fryer. Let's try the original Hesburger fries. These are pretty terrible. They're quite stale. It tastes like they've been sitting under like a warming light for at least half an hour. Hesburger gives you a grill seasoning, whatever that is. And maybe I just need to season my fries with that. Tons of MSG. It helps, but it doesn't fix the problem. Now let's try Hesburger's famous double cheeseburger.
That looks great.
It is not bad. I think I'm not on board with the mayo, but everything else is pretty solid. It's a good cheeseburger.
I never understood why they put the pickle inside the burger. I mean, if you make a sandwich probably with rye bread, a healthy sandwich, then it's fine. You can put the pickle in it, but hot burgers with a pickle, never was a fan of it.
It is not bad. I think I'm not on board with the mayo, but everything else is pretty solid. It's a good
I
cheeseburger.
love mayo.
Let's try it with the fries. That kind of works. Let's go for one of Hesburger's famous mozzarella.
Bro, Coke after the salmiakki tastes 10 times better. What the hell? Bro, I just had the idea of the century. Wait, let me make a research. Wait. Is there such a thing as salmiakki Coca-Cola? Fuck! I thought I discovered something insane. Bro, what the hell? Nah. I mean, salmiakki definitely goes with everything, right? I checked the video. Many people said that they use salmiakki and put it into liquors, and they make their own liquor. I mean, it makes sense. Bro, but for real? Ugh. It tastes like 10 times better Coke after eating salmiakki. That's crazy. I want to try salmiakki Coke.
Mozzarella sticks.
Ooh, I love mozzarella sticks.
That's a nice mozzarella stick, I gotta say. Let's season it with some of the famous Hesburger MSG.
Bro, that's so good now.
It's okay, but I feel like it's missing a sauce. I don't have any complaints about this mozzarella stick. I also don't have high praise because it's quite normal. Next up, mini chicken burger. I already know what this tastes like. This is a mouthful of mayo. That's terrible. Why, Hesburger? Why? The chicken patty
Bro,
isn't...
why are you hating so much on mayo? And why am I not playing the video? Fuck. Sorry, I apologize.
It's okay, but I feel like it's missing a sauce. I don't have any complaints about this mozzarella stick. I also don't have high praise because it's quite normal. Next up, mini chicken burger. I already know what this tastes like. This is a mouthful of mayo. That's terrible. Why, Hesburger?
No.
Why? The chicken patty
Because
isn't
it's
even
so
bad,
good,
but
mayo.
Hesburger, you guys totally butchered it with the slathering of mayo and just lettuce. Really? And yet I keep eating it.
There's no such thing as too much mayo. Come on, there's no such thing.
But that is a me problem. I'm very excited.
Yeah, it's
Hesburger
probably
chicken
you.
nugget tastes like.
Well, those look so much better than the McDonald's one.
It's really bad. You see this? It's not
Really?
just like one crispy crust surrounding the thing.
Oh, yeah. It's not that good. But I don't like personally the McDonald's nuggets as well. When you buy them in the supermarket, they taste like 10 times better than McDonald's.
That's supposed to be chicken. You actually have this like weird paste, and there's a lot of it, and that's just like semi-cooked batter. But sadly, I have a self-destructive streak and I'm not done. We have to try it with Hesburger's cucumber mayo.
Cucumber mayo!
No.
I think that's like wait, what's it called? They have that cream cheese from Greece, tzatziki. I don't know. There's many Z in that name, and it's with cucumber and cream cheese. I think it's something similar. Cucumber mayo. That's weird. But
There is no cucumber taste. It is just mayo that is way too sweet. We also have this. Honestly, I forgot what this is. So let's open it up and see. Ah, yeah. We have
red
Hesburger's
chicken
chicken taco. Honestly, this is not the worst item on the menu. It's just underwhelmingly mediocre. It's very passable. And the sauce is actually quite decent, but I also have a feeling that the sauce is just a mixture of whatever crazy amounts of mayo they're using with this. And finally, dessert. I'm actually quite impressed, you guys, because Hesburger has churros. Can you guess what the sauce is? It's my favorite thing in the world, salty licorice.
Wait, that's so weird, but it must be so
I
good.
don't love the salty licorice sauce, but it's okay. But the churro is the...
I love the churros, especially when I was in Madrid. Churros con chocolate caliente, hot chocolate. Oh, yeah, the best thing in the world.
It's very light and fluffy. It doesn't feel greasy at all, even though it's clearly fried. It feels very delicate somehow. I think out of all the stuff we tried here, this might very well be the best item on the menu. In summary, I would say the cheeseburgers are decent, the mozzarella sticks are surprisingly good, and the churros are definitely a very strong dessert. And overall, it just doesn't live up to like my fast food gold standard, which is...
I mean, it's a fast food. You can't have that high of an expectation, you know? I mean,
you can fight me on that. The golden arch.
it's just fast
With
food.
Hesburger's hearty meals settling in, we're not quite ready to call it a night just yet. Our final stop of the day takes us to our kioski, Finland's answer to 7-Eleven. Here, among the snacks and essentials, we're grabbing something very special to cap off the evening. The legendary Finnish long drink. I got a little story for you guys. Around 100 years ago...
Oh my god, yes, I still remember that one. And I'm not such a fan of grapefruit. I said it when I tried it in my previous video. I'm not a fan at all of grapefruit, but that one was so good. Oh my god.
Ago, alcohol was completely banned in Finland. It's called prohibition. We've heard of it. But in 1952, where alcohol was already legal again, but very strictly controlled with a government monopoly seizing the rights to sell any alcohol in the country, they had a little issue. Because in 1952, Helsinki was hosting the Summer Olympics. And they knew exactly there's going to be a lot of people from all over the world coming to visit the country. And what do tourists want? So they came up with a genius plan. In partnership with a private company, they commissioned 2 drinks that were supposed to help Finnish street vendors sell alcohol to tourists. One of the drinks didn't last very long and was decommissioned a couple of years later, but the other one, this one, is still around, and it's just called
What a cool story
in Finland. Everybody knows it. You can see it still commemorates the Helsinki 52 Olympics, and they do make them in a couple of different flavors, but this, the gin and grapefruit long drink, is the OG. As it says here. Anyway, it's been a long day of tasting. We're about to head home and get ready for the big road trip tomorrow. But for now, I feel like we deserve a little drinking. In moderation, of course. It's not boozy at all.
Very mellow.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, yesterday was rough. My stomach could be a little happier today. I'm not sure if it's the reindeer hot dog, the Hesburger, maybe the elk jerky. Either way, it's time for some proper Finnish home food. And what I mean by that is that yesterday after the shoot, AP and I squeezed in a very interesting supermarket visit. The lovely Laura from Kyro. Kyro? I can't pronounce it. Let's just fix that in post, like...
Kyro Distillery Company.
We asked Laura for a list of typical Finnish household items that are like staples, and she definitely delivered. This is just a small selection of the things she mentioned, but for what it's worth, they should make for a truly authentic Finnish breakfast. And to calm my stomach, we shall begin with this. Finnish instant oatmeal. What you should know is that I'm definitely not much of an oatmeal guy. But I'm also a very open-minded eater, so I'm definitely willing to give it a shot. And if you're wondering why I'm about to eat oatmeal from... I don't know what this is. The simple answer is this Airbnb had no bowls for some reason. Apparently bowls are not a thing in Finland. Mix. I'm really not sure if this is the oatmeal that's gonna win me over. It does not look like it.
You put too much water.
No, I didn't. I followed the instructions to the T. I think it just needs a moment to absorb the water. I'm just gonna let it sit for a little bit because we also have plenty more items to try. Like this.
Oh, that's
this
yogurt.
appears to be a drinkable yogurt. Oh. Maybe it's
I've never seen yogurt come in a box like that, like it's milk.
Yogurt, but
or
not
juice.
drinkable? I'm a little confused. I feel like when something comes in a pack like this, you should be able to drink it. questionable design. But also, they can't stop me from drinking it. It's not against the law. Is it against the law to drink yogurt in Finland?
No, it's not against the law to drink yogurt. Yogurt is widely consumed there, just like in many other. People often drink yogurt-based beverages. Finland has a variety of yogurt.
Shut up,
But this is not just any
ChatGPT!
yogurt. It's the one, the only, Fruit Bomb. Cheers to that.
Wow, wow. Such a good name.
I feel like I didn't choose the most convenient mode of consumption. Takes some getting used to, but it's a really tasty yogurt. And it is fruity. It doesn't blow me out of the water or anything, but I can definitely imagine
But I think he was supposed to shake it right before he pour it into the glass. Otherwise, the consistency will stay all right
being
there.
a very popular household staple. But let's keep moving because we have this. We've already talked about Finland's
Crispy
obsession
rye
with
bread.
rye, and we've barely scratched the surface, you guys. It's crazy. Walk into any Finnish supermarket and you'll not find one aisle. You'll find a whole section dedicated to rye
That is
bread.
so
And what I
cool.
really appreciate about these is that they're actually pretty healthy. Rye breads are packed with fiber, especially the whole grain ones. And yes, these chips are super crispy. Very good. Oh my, that's tasty. It tastes like delicious rustic rye bread with a little hint
I
of
tried those
caraway, which goes
before.
fantastic with rye. But what I was actually going to highlight is the fact that these chips are not deep fried or anything. They're just air dried. So it really is a whole grain packed with fiber, which sounds like a great addition to a balanced breakfast. But of course, we need something to eat our rye breads with. We're going to start with that. And if there's one
Salt
thing you
and
should
butter.
know about rye bread, is that it's by far the best vehicle for butter you will ever encounter.
Oh, that looks
Wow,
so good.
please trust me when I say that I'm not exaggerating this for the camera. This truly tastes incredible.
Yeah, but you should be putting some jam on it too, not just butter, right?
The rye crackers are great. The butter
guess.
is great. But once you put these two together, they're truly something magical that is greater than the sum of its parts. We're also going to try it with something else. But before we do, let's check on our oatmeal, which...
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay,
look
maybe I might have added a little too much water.
That must be terrible.
What we're gonna do now is try the rye bread with Finnish bread cheese. And it is basically
bread
Finland's answer
cheese.
to halloumi. It's very like bouncy and elastic. You can already tell this is gonna be a squeaky
That's like a cheese pancake,
ass
basically.
cheese. It's so mild, but very, very milky and creamy. This is very squeaky. It tastes great. People eat this
Wow.
with coffee.
I want that.
I mean, everything tastes great with rye bread. But these things obviously just go together well. However, there is one missing piece to a true Finnish bread cheese experience, and that is cloudberry.
Cloudberry jam, Lakkahillo. Wow, I really want to try that.
Jam. I don't know if you have ever heard of cloudberries. For me, it's only the fact that I used to vacation in Russia, very close to the Finnish border, that I know cloudberries. They gotta be like one of the world's rarest berries. But over here in the Nordic countries, they are a thing. And apparently you have to eat bread cheese with cloudberries. I mean, look, they're even in the packaging. To be honest, it's been like 20 years since I last had a cloudberry. I feel like the taste is somewhere between like mixed berries and stone fruit. Like this is,
What is stone
I would
fruit?
say this has like a little bit of an apricot vibe. Let's add a little bit to our bread cheese.
Yeah, it looks
on
like
rye
apricot.
sandwich. Finnish rye bread, Finnish butter, Finnish bread cheese, and Finnish cloudberry jam. Here's a hot take. I actually like all the elements individually, but I don't really get adding cloudberry jam to the bread cheese. I don't think it's doing that much. Maybe it's one of these cases where people just used whatever they had, and that's how it became a tradition. So please don't hate me, but I really like this cheese, only I prefer it without cloudberry jam. I can just die a happy man eating this. But you know what? There's one last thing we gotta try, and that is this. Now let me guess, you're all
Bilberry.
thinking,
What
this
is
blueberry
bilberry?
jam, right? I mean, hey,
Yeah.
it's just like blueberry jam. But you're wrong. This is not blueberry jam. This is bilberry jam. Something that
looks
truly not enough
exactly
people
like
are aware
blueberry.
of is that there are
Blueberry.
blueberries and bilberries. And most people think those are the same. Blueberries are from the Americas, and if you cut them open, they're like a pale yellowish color inside. While bilberries are their American cousin. They're a deep purple on the inside, and they're much, much smaller usually. But the crazy thing is that bilberries are really hard to cultivate, while blueberries are really easy to cultivate. So most blueberries you get all over Europe are actually the American variety. And if you ask me, who used to gather bilberries in the woods every single year as a kid, blueberries taste like utter crap compared to...
Bro, I like this guy's video. Come on. I like that he shares all these informations about food. I had no idea. And before he even shared the history of the long drink. Oh my god, this channel is so great. Have I told you which channel is it? My name is Andong. I forgot to subscribe. Anyway, there's always the link to the original video in the description.
Real wild bilberries. You can't even compare them. The flavoursomeness of bilberries is on a whole level of its own. Yeah, that's made from bilberries. Ain't no blueberry BS in here. That was really fun. Number one takeaway, if you guys are not eating rye bread with good butter, what are you even doing? But now it's time to leave Helsinki and drive all the way up north to Isokura, where we're finally gonna meet the lovely people from the distillery. But don't think we're not gonna taste a whole lot of snacks along the way.
With our breakfast of Finnish classics behind us, we hit the road and head north. The landscapes around us begin to shift, endless forests and shimmering lakes take over, showcasing Finland's natural beauty. After a while, we make a quick pit stop at ABC, Finland's go-to roadside stop for travelers. And no road trip here is complete without trying their famous pork.
Is it like a buffet type of restaurant?
Beef steak. It was not as tender as I thought, but quite satisfying. However, surprisingly, it was their
Nicolo. Frankfurter
basket that stole the show. Fried wieners that were unexpectedly delicious. We stock up on more snacks, of course, for the road and continue driving.
Bro, I really hope that he's gonna eat the Turkish pepper, like just biting into it like I did. I'm really curious to see his expression.
Taking in the increasingly breathtaking scenery until hunger calls us to stop once again in the middle of nowhere before diving.
Bro, you can find just mushrooms like that lying around. When I went with my father, we go super deep into the forest, and then it took us I don't know, maybe 2 hours of going around to find just 10 mushrooms, whatever. I mean, it seemed like a big waste of time. It was so difficult to find it. So just find it like that when you're walking, that's insane to me.
Into a snack tasting extravaganza.
Why are we even bringing snacks if nature has all the snacks you could ever want? Just look at these pristine lingonberries. And this mushroom, there's more. I found more mushrooms. Look, it looks so healthy, so pristine. The nature here is untouched. You want a little snack? Back to our
you're not even gonna
mission,
wash
which
it.
is of course tasting all the snacks in Finland. You know what? I'm just gonna dive right in, and whatever I'm grabbing, this is what we're tasting. I just grabbed random things from the gas station. It's supposed to be licorice,
my god.
but I don't think this one is. Probably just Finnish gummy candy, but tastes like a mediocre gummy candy. But there's also licorice here. I gotta say, this is a little fun though. Honestly, it is not too bad. Maybe my taste buds have changed and I like licorice now. This is peacemaking licorice.
Oh, okay. Peacemaking.
Again, the licorice taste is not too intense. It's nice and sour with a little pinch of salt. It really is quite well balanced. Don't tell anyone.
I think I have those too. I think I have
enjoy
those
these
too.
licorice snacks. I don't know. But don't worry, we have a few extreme ones coming up. This one looks like I'm gonna hate it. These are little black balls. I love sucking on black balls. They're delicious. I don't know what's happening. They keep getting better and better. AP, I really want you to try one. Because they have white chocolate and even a nut inside, and it's licorice, which you like. I really think you'll enjoy this one.
Ooh, it's white chocolate.
Right?
Yeah, this is so good.
It really is.
Licorice, white chocolate, and a nut inside, or I don't know.
I can't believe that I have yet to taste the licorice I don't like.
Okay, we'll see.
Yesterday when I bought the super licorice ice cream, which was the first licorice item that I randomly liked, the really friendly sales guy told me to get these if I want to try really intense licorice.
Turkish pepper, it's very strong.
They're called Turkish pepper. These look strange though.
Oh, there are so many different ones. Let's see if it's gonna bite.
Yeah, there we go. That tastes really bad. I am relieved to say that tasted horrible. Maybe no brain damage after all. Let's try a red one. Oh, that's delicious. No licorice taste though. I feel like they have these in there, which taste like super intense licorice. and then a couple of fruity ones to balance it off or something.
Yes. When you give the bite, there should be the meme. You know that meme that says, it was in that moment that he knew he fucked up.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
There's like
Been
spicy
there.
licorice inside.
Been there, done that. But it's okay, I still like to do it. I don't give a fuck. I mean, it's so cool, that explosion in your mouth.
I think they taste pretty horrible, but if you enjoy the taste of licorice, it could work. Okay,
Yeah.
more. Panther mix. This one I believe is just gummy
I think
candy.
this one I have
So maybe
too.
no licorice
Yeah, yeah.
explosion in my mouth this time. Very below average gummy candy. I think gummy candy doesn't work when it's just sweet. It needs to be more sour. Oh, that's licorice. Ah, why did I do that? Like minty licorice? No, no, no. One more thing to go, which is of course chocolate. We have already tried
that is the
few
best.
Phaser products. This
I mean,
is
Phaser
just
is amazing.
regular Phaser chocolate. Phaser chocolate with pretzel pieces.
Oh, with pretzel. Wow.
Yo, that's actually very good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. If you've ever had Cadbury chocolate, this is kind of close to that. Not as sweet as Hershey's, which is not even chocolate. Also, a lot better than a Feastables bar, which, just for the record, is not good. It's very average. This is definitely above average chocolate, especially for like a commodity brand in a supermarket. Super good. But everybody, from you to the president of Finland, knows that I'm a salty snacker, much more than I'm a sweet snacker. Let's try
Okay.
Raffle. I bought these because I have never seen chips that have this shape. And I just checked the bag.
They're shaped like fusilli, the Italian
They're
pasta.
made from potatoes. So these are potato chips, just clearly extruded from like potato starch. Quite potatoey actually. Also, just a little boring, a little bland. They're mostly just texture, but honestly, this shape actually feels really
I was never such a fan of potato chips, you know.
nice in your mouth. Like if you like
From time
crunch,
to time I
these are
would
good.
eat it, but
But now, these. Made from Finnish potatoes. Dill and gretfil. I don't know what gretfil is. It's probably a Swedish word, but I know what gretfil is. Sour cream. Nordic countries are just better at potato chips, and that is a fact. They're very thick. They almost look like kettle chips, but they have the lightness of a thin, almost lace-like chip. But at the same time, they have more girth. I don't know how these things go together, but it just works. We have 300 more kilometers to drive, so let's keep moving.
With our cravings fully satisfied,
I don't think I will ever do it. I'm not such a fan of driving. I will just take the train and whatever, you know, or a plane. I'm not such a fan of driving, especially long distances. Whenever I have to go to the airport to pick up my girlfriend, bro, oh my god. It's just like 60 kilometers away. It takes me 1 hour, 1 hour and 10 minutes or something like that. But, oh my god. I hate every moment of it.
we continue our journey north, passing through the charming heritage city of Tampere. Known for its industrial past, Tampere is also famous for one unique culinary specialty: blood
Yeah, they are famous for kummeli.
sausage. We'd heard it was a must-try, so
Blood
naturally we
sausage,
couldn't
okay.
resist stopping to sample this Finnish delicacy, which surprisingly wasn't as easy to find as we thought. A tradition we certainly didn't want to miss.
Hi, I'm looking for black sausage.
Yeah.
Do you have it?
I think he has the whitest sausage you can find. I'm just joking.
Warm, cold.
Warm, please. Do you have it? Oh, it's in a special box.
Yeah. It comes straight from factory.
Oh, straight from the factory.
I've tried a similar thing in couple of years ago in an Argentinian restaurant. When no, it wasn't a couple of years ago. It was last year actually. No, 2 years ago. When the World Cup, when Argentina won the World Cup, I went to celebrate because I love France. No, whatever. But yeah, I went to celebrate on the Argentinian restaurant. I went there to eat and watch the game, of course. And I ordered the blood sausage. It was called morcilla or something similar. Oh my god, it was so good. It looks really... It doesn't look appealing, you know, to the human eye, of course, but it tastes really good.
No, this will be my first time.
Berries.
Yes,
Oh,
please.
wow.
That is great. And that's just how you eat it?
Yeah.
Perfect. How much do I owe you?
Nothing.
Are you sure? What?
Yeah.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
Just for me to try? Thank you so much.
No worries.
So friends, I
Wow.
believe we have officially found the
That's
least
crazy.
photogenic food in the
What a
entire
nice
world.
guy.
It's apparently fresh from the factory, so I'll just try a pure, unadulterated bite first. It's actually totally fine. I don't know why I was expecting something super scary. It actually tastes quite good. No, that's not blood. Let's try a bite with lingonberry sauce. Yo, that's good. Why is this good? This is really not supposed to be good. Somehow Finnish food just keeps surprising me. Things that are supposed to taste great taste quite ordinary, and things that I don't expect anything from turn out to be really good. The taste is quite porky, as in pork fat. I think it's a pretty fatty sausage. You get a slight hint of that gamey organ meat taste, but it's quite mild.
Yeah, I do remember that movie Porky. There was lots of sausages in that one.
It actually just goes together with the entire thing quite well. And there is definitely something very pleasant about the texture. I need to check if they're adding grains to this or something. So it's not a smooth sausage, very coarse. I am thoroughly surprised. Tampere, you did me good. Maybe this is the only blood sausage in the world that's good. It's definitely the only blood sausage I've ever had that's good. And with the lingonberry jam, man, it was kind of satisfying. AP, what do you normally think of blood sausage?
Well, normally I really hate the taste of metal and blood. It's like a bread. Oh my god, it's a bread sausage. I don't taste anything
Bread?
metallic or bloody.
There's no, like-
I think it's rye. Now I can't stop eating it. Oh my god.
So I just checked, and it turns out we were entirely right. This sausage is made by mixing ground pork, pig blood, and crushed rye and flour. So it turns out the
That's so
secret to
interesting.
making things taste good in Finland is adding rye. Everything that has rye here tastes great, which is just the perfect sign for us to finally head up north to Kyro, where we are gonna visit Finland's most famous distillery, making gin and making whiskey using, guess what? Rye. Let's move.
Bro, that's crazy.
As the
This
sun
video is
begins
so
to dip
cool.
lower in the sky, we push further north, the light casting a golden glow on the Finnish countryside. Just before sundown, we finally arrive at our destination, Kyro, home to the renowned Kyro distillery. Nestled in the scenic, peaceful setting, we can't wait for tomorrow when we'll dive into the world of Finnish rye whiskey and see firsthand how the Finns turned their beloved grain into world class.
That is
Good
so
morning and
cool.
welcome to day 3. We have made it all the way up north to our final destination. Honestly, not that far from the Arctic Circle. We are here at Finland's most iconic gin and whiskey distillery called, I believe, Kyro. But hey, why not ask somebody who works here and who will be our guide for the day? Say hello to Laura.
Welcome to Kyro. This is the home and birthplace of the Kyro Distillery Company.
Laura gives us a first tour of the Kyro
wanna
HQ
try
at
it
the
right
distillery.
now.
You can tell these folks are serious about more than
Yeah, I feel really full right now after eating all those candies and the pasta. So I feel like that could definitely hit the spot and make me digest properly.
just making award-winning gin and whiskey. They're passionate about bottling the essence of Finnish culture. This is even reflected in the geography of this place. Laura takes us literally across the street from the distillery where a significant event in Finnish history
So
took place.
beautiful.
Kyro was the site of the Battle of Napue in 1714, a very short but fierce 2-hour conflict during the Great Northern War against the Russian Empire, known locally as the Great Hatred. Despite its very brief duration, the battle was monumental. Interestingly, the distillery's branding and typography is inspired by the font on the plaques of the monument to the battle, tying their brand to the local history. I was quite impressed by the historic cannons, which were pretty cool despite not actually being from the 18th century.
Do you need whiskey? Do you need guns? Come here.
Come to Kyro. We've got whiskey and we've got guns.
But speaking of booze, let's get back to the distillery. This is where we meet Mari, the master distiller in charge of Kyro's gins. She tells us all about the gin making journey. It all begins with maceration, an hours-long process where a precise blend of
But is this like they invited him to make this video, or anyone could just go there and get a tour of the place?
10 different herbs and botanicals infuses the original spirit. But this ain't no KFC. We're talking things like
Juniper berries.
Yes,
Correct. This is coriander.
yes,
green cardamom, cinnamon, dill, elderflower, caraway, orange peel, hibiscus. The exact ratios of these ingredients are crucial, each contributing to the gin's unique flavor profile. The aroma in the gin hall is overwhelming in the best way possible. It feels like walking into a bakery filled with the scent of a delicious cardamom bun. The base of their gin is 100% rye distillate, setting it apart from others. We'll get to learn a lot more about rye later. But first, we're learning about the gin distillation process. Mari shows us a sample from the distillation, which is still super strong alcohol at this point, and which the master distiller always has to check to make sure things are going the right way.
This is a hard cup where we take samples, but now I use the glass.
I get a clean cup.
Yeah. So our gin is the purify, and we can smell and taste it.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Wow,
So
that's the best job in the
check
world.
this.
We check this.
And if this is good, then you move forward with production.
Yes.
So 70%, you don't drink that, do you?
Wow.
No, of course, we have to taste it, that it is good.
So okay, can I taste it?
Yes, of course.
Is that
Wow, that is the best job. You know, you're never gonna get fined for drinking on, on the job. Must be so strong. Yeah.
I'm about to become a dragon. Yo. But it's very tasty.
Yeah. And there is almost every herbs what comes in the napue.
You really get all the herbs and botanics. Super fragrant. And also very, very strong.
Quality control is key. If the taste is off, Mari has to adjust the gin using controlled distillates made from local Finnish ingredients. These additions help fine-tune the flavor, adding acidity, sweetness, or softness as needed. The birch distillate, for example, is woody and evokes a sense of being one with nature. The cranberry distillate adds a mild fruitiness, and the meadow sweet distillate provides a floral, almost cucumber-like freshness.
You don't get like the punch from like cranberry candy or anything, but you...
No, it's like all natural. And this is why we put cranberries in our gin and tonic as well, because it goes together with like that little undertone of cranberry that's in the actual gin.
It is impressive to see how
So
much work and
interesting.
equipment
You're
goes
right, we
into
trust.
producing one little glass of gin. This process is both an art and a science.
So much machinery just so you can then hold a little glass down there and get a shot of gin. That's how much work goes into this.
The world of gin doesn't even end here. We also explore their barrel-aged gins, which add another layer of complexity to their spirits. And let me tell you, this was a hell of a start to the day.
Sherry Oloroso, fruity.
Yes. Do you want to taste it?
Let's get drunk. Oh, just like that.
Mario, the most badass person I've met in a long time. Oh. But I
Yeah, I've
know...
only seen people doing that to steal gasoline. I never see people do that for pouring alcohol.
Oh, like by looking at like how it like drips off the glass?
Yes.
I have no idea, but this looks really cool. Look, no offense to your controlled distillates, but this is better.
The dedication, precision, and passion that go into every bottle have given me a newfound appreciation for the craft of gin making. And we didn't even get to the main spectacle, Kyro's whiskey. But before we delve into that, it was time to experience some more Finnish food. With a full-on whiskey tasting on the horizon and real Finns finally available to educate us about their cuisine, we asked Laura to introduce us to some classic Finnish snacks and dishes we hadn't
Yes,
yet
the moomin.
encountered on our journey. Let's just say she didn't exactly choose the most beginner-friendly options.
So this is a very traditional Finnish sausage. It's called sininen lenkki, but I think it's referring to the shape because it comes into sausages that are sort of looped. So it's kind of like a blue loop. I recommend trying it with this kotisinappi, which is home mustard.
Let's just say I'm trying the most traditional Finnish sausage with the most traditional Finnish mustard.
Wow. I don't know if I would like that.
It's the most processed of them all.
A sausage should not be creamy. The mustard is great.
It is good, right?
That is really good
This
mustard.
is the strong version as well. I figured you'd appreciate that. Yeah. Microwave pizza. This is something that
What do
we
you
as
mean?
children eat a lot. At least I used to.
The minced meat pizza.
Yeah, mincemeat pizza,
Thing?
pork.
Okay.
It's very basic.
Okay.
Very basic.
Here goes nothing.
Wow, that is really that's
Honestly,
really interesting.
as a school kid, I think I'd be into this.
Yeah.
The cheese is bad. The bread is soggy. The mincemeat is okay,
Yeah.
surprisingly.
Yeah.
It is pretty bad. If I'm hungry and tipsy,
Yeah.
which I
Yeah.
am, This
It's
works.
perfect, yeah. So this is a classic beetroot salad. We love it.
not a
We
fan
eat
of
it
beetroot.
with almost anything. This,
I don't like
this
beetroot.
and that sausage that you tried is a childhood staple for me.
Okay.
So I hope you like it. It's not bad.
It's just beetroot and mayo.
Yeah.
It's not terrible. It would be refreshing if
Don't
it
think about
wasn't
the mayo.
swimming in mayo.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this?
He really hates mayo. What the hell? That might be the only way I can eat beetroot. He loves it. Liver casserole. Wow.
So this is a type of casserole which is made with liver. There is a very important debate within Finnish culture whether this casserole should be had with raisins or not. I have chosen the raisined version because I really want to torture you. So
Are you saying
Bro, her English is so perfect. I wish I could speak English with a perfect accent like that.
the raisins are the controversial part of
that
this?
is the controversial part of this. And
No.
if you want to drown out the sorrow that this will
wow.
be, you can add
Yeah,
some
jam.
lingonberry jam on it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Is it bad? I'm not such a fan of interior body parts as well, you know. Especially, I remember when my mom used as a kid to cook rabbit with polenta, and yeah, sometimes by mistake I will get the liver part or the heart. Oh my god, yeah, I'm not such a fan of it.
The liver is the bad part. Other than the liver, it's not that terrible. Is there like potatoes?
Well, there's rice.
Rice?
Yeah, that's rice. What do you think about the raisin?
I'm pro raisin. I don't recommend it, but I hate it less than I thought.
Okay. They make us eat that at school.
That's not cool.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
This is a version of something that we call kind of a whipped porridge, which is
Ooh,
usually
that
made
looks
with
so good.
lingonberries. We're
Oh,
doing
that
kind
looks
of
so
a
good.
Rye thing. We have a rye theme going on. It's kind of fortified.
I remember when I was a kid, I used to like something similar, but what was made by grapes. It was like a porridge type of thing, but made was made with grapes. So good. Oh my god.
with rye.
I think I would love that.
It tastes like rye.
Yep.
It's like
It does.
the most dominant flavor is rye.
Uh-huh.
I have mixed feelings about rye in a sweet dish. I'm not fully convinced, but it's definitely enjoyable.
Link. Wow, we are gonna make some things angry today. Does it work?
Fixed it for you guys.
Okay.
You're
Another
welcome.
thing fixed. We have Moomin biscuits.
Apparently, I'm the only person here who doesn't know what they are.
They are a thing. They're a very basic sort of vanilla biscuit.
Apparently, most of you guys know Moomins, but what most of you guys might not know is that they're Finnish.
Yes, Moomins are Finnish. Cheers.
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 Tastes like childhood.
Tastes like a cracker.
Would you add lingonberries on it?
You asked for it.
Immediately better. Next up, we have a type of candy called pihlaja.
Ox
Pihlaja is
candy.
rowan ash. It is a tree with little berries that are red. They're very, very sweet. Such a traditional smell. This just brings me back to my childhood. It's sugar, and sugar, but the between sugar is pink.
But yeah,
Yeah. Enjoy. You don't seem to like it.
no.
Okay.
It's just very grainy. But I mean, sugar can be amazing.
It can be, yeah.
It's like the worst way to eat sugar. The taste is fine. I'll give it that. It's more the texture that I find unappealing.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the tradition and I appreciate the hustle.
This is
I
probably...
mean, bro, the box looks
But I
really
appreciate-
cool. Look, with the cute little fox. Come on. I mean, yeah, as a child, I would definitely want to buy this. Come on.
The tradition and I appreciate the hustle.
This is probably the most iconic Finnish crisp. No frills, no thrills, no bells and
Ooh,
whistles.
those must be
just
so
good old
good.
potato chip.
Very, very crispy. And what I really appreciate about these is that they're very thick
Yep.
and yet they're light. Very good.
Great with dips too. Okay. I'm
Bro, what? Dip it into the jam, the potato
committing war
chip.
crimes on video.
Yeah, so weird.
Okay. Yeah, it's not bad. It's a nice mixture of sweet and acidic and savory.
If you just need like a lubricant for your chips, this is it.
Just buy lingonberry, guys. It's
Okay.
Unfortunately, we don't have it in Italy, I think.
go.
Thank you very much for this incredible tasting, Laura.
You're welcome. I hope I haven't traumatized you for life.
Maybe you did.
After this very educational, if not always delicious, snack tasting with Laura, we finally make our way to learn about the actual highlight of our distillery tour, the whiskey making process. And this is where we meet a very special person.
My name is Kalle Valkonen. I'm the master distiller of Kyro Distillery Company. I'm also one of the founders, so I've been on the boat since the very beginning.
Wow,
And believe me
that's
when I
so
say,
cool.
Kalle knows absolutely everything about whiskey, a true master. First, we learn about how Kyro turns Finland's favorite grain into whiskey. And naturally, it all begins with one thing, the rye itself. This just smells like rye bread.
Bro, people like him are geniuses. Come on.
to
How
me.
do you come up
So
with
this is
stuff
very
like
pure.
that?
Have you done anything to this?
Yeah, well, this is a malted Finnish rye.
Malted.
Yes. For the whiskey production, we use only malted rye. The malting brings more complexity to the spirit.
It also breaks down some of the spiciness of the rye and brings out sweet and earthy notes, contributing to the whiskey's unique flavor profile. But malting is not the only thing done to rye to set it up for whiskey making. If you've ever wondered where the smoky flavors of some whiskeys come from, Kalle is here to explain. So this is your peated rye, which smells super smoky.
Like a campfire, yeah. Well, peated means that it has been smoked with peat. Taking
What is peat?
Finnish freshwater peat and using that as a smoking agent, we have then smoked the malted rye.
The use of Finnish peat, which is basically decaying plant matter found in swamps and moors, and burned for its characteristic smoke, infuses the rye with unique flavors, reflecting the local terrain and traditions. But there are other types of smoking as well.
Finns love smoke.
Yeah.
So
This is the other one.
This is the other one. Try that one.
Okay.
And that's alderwood smoked.
I love alderwood.
Yeah.
What
We
is
always use
alderwood?
Alderwood for smoking ham, cheese.
Once the rye has been malted and sometimes smoked, Kalle has to magically turn it into alcohol with a little help from technology and Mother Nature.
First comes milling. We made it to a rye floor. We mix it with the hot water and then let it steep. And at that point, it tastes like a sweet rye porridge.
And then you have your porridge.
Yeah.
And then that porridge then...
We cool it down,
Yeah.
and then it goes one of the 8 fermenters.
Fermentation is, as with so many things we like to consume, key. Specific yeast strains and natural lactic acid bacteria work together to create a complex profile.
We are not looking for just the alcohol, but also the flavors.
All right. Okay, now we got your different rye varieties. We know about fermentation now.
Yeah,
Now we got to move to distillation, correct?
exactly.
Distillation is a critical step in refining the spirit. This is where the fermented mash, which is more beer-like at this stage, first gets concentrated and purified. This happens in these huge copper vessels.
In the beginning, I had to climb in the pot still after every distillation and really scrub the walls of the still so that it didn't burn on the walls in the next distillation.
So you climb in these and you
Well,
clean
in
them
the
from
smaller
the inside.
ones, the one that we use for the gin nowadays, that was the first still we got, and that I did climb in there very regularly.
Wow.
Distillation is essentially a separation process.
Wow.
After the first round, which is basically a rough cleanup, we enter the second distillation.
And in the second distillation, we separate the heads, hearts, and tails.
Now let's explain this. The initial distillate, known as the heads, gets thrown out due to its unfavorable taste.
In the heads, we have methanol, acetone, not so nice stuff for human consumption and not good for the taste.
The hearts are collected when the distillate starts becoming sweet, and this is kind of the good part.
The middle is the whiskey distillate, which we then later on fill into the barrels.
Eventually, the distillate starts getting sour, and this is what's called the tails, or sometimes faints. These are discarded as well. By removing the unwanted elements,
What are they gonna do with the stuff that is discarded? I think they will have some other use for them as well, right?
they ensure that only the purest spirit moves forward to maturation.
Distillation is a separation process, so we again separate not so good stuff away from there, but we get the good flavors into the heart.
The hearts might already be drinkable and can even be quite pleasant, but they are just raw material. At this stage, they are called new make and not yet whiskey.
So for calling
Yes.
it whiskey, we have to age it at least 3 years in barrels.
Wow,
This is the good stuff.
3
Okay.
years.
It has the flavor compounds that we think will develop well in the maturation.
Okay, so this is the base, your starting point.
Yeah. Let's pour a little
Yeah.
bit to the palm. We will get rid of most of the alcohol. We let it evaporate. What stays over are the oils. And then,
I think it smells like rye, but maybe that's because I had a lot of rye in my hands before.
well, it should smell like rye, like a freshly baked rye.
Yes, it's exactly what it tastes bready. It smells bready.
So this is our liquid rye bread.
Liquid rye. Very, very nice. But now I really want to know what
Cool
happens
video.
to this,
I
to the
love
heart,
that.
to the new make.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we go to the barrel warehouse?
Let's go to the barrel warehouse and learn what's happening to this. And this is the part I've been waiting for. Kyro Distillery has around 7,000 casks maturing in their warehouses, each contributing unique characteristics to the whiskey. This is where the magic happens, turning clear spirit into the rich, flavorful whiskey we know. And it was a truly incredible sight. It's hard to put into words what it feels like seeing all this whiskey patiently waiting for its flavor to grow in complexity and nuance. Kalle explains that aging whiskey isn't just about letting it sit. It's a delicate balance of science and art. The type of wood, the previous contents of the barrel, and even the environment all play crucial roles in shaping the final product. From somebody who sometimes thinks of himself as a little bit of an artist. With art, you never know when it's done. How do you go about it? Are you a perfectionist?
The whiskey is never ready unless there's a deadline.
Yeah.
If we release something today, my promise is always, and next year our whiskey will be slightly better.
So yeah, it's a lifelong process for you. It's a lifelong pursuit of making the perfect rye whiskey. It's fascinating to see how passionate Kalle is about his craft. For him, whiskey isn't just a product, it's an experience meant to be shared.
I also say always like a whiskey in a shelf, an unopened bottle cannot be good whiskey. The whiskey becomes only good when someone actually experiences the whiskey. When this experience is shared with someone, it can be double the enjoyment.
In the end, that is the
cool.
final ingredient. No matter how expertly your whiskey has been made, it's been made to enjoy. The little magic sprinkle of love.
Should we taste some whiskey?
I think so. Get me drunk, please. No, let me responsibly drink some whiskey, please. Kalle lets me taste a few types of whiskey in different
Oh,
maturation
look! 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. Wow.
stages to introduce me to the unique qualities of the rye whiskey. And this is just a glimpse before we dive into the full lineup later, by the way.
The basic flavors from rye are so distinguishably different from other grains. That's the base for the whiskey as well, to be different for the consumers. In our whiskey, we combine two worlds, the malt whiskey and then the American whiskey, which has been the more typical place to make rye whiskey.
We start by sampling whiskey aged in different types of barrels, each influencing the spirit in its own way.
That's like very typical for like our new make. The rye has a lot of texture already in it, so we can use many different type of barrels, and the barrel normally doesn't overrule the taste of rye, but it adds to it. Okay, are you ready to taste
Yeah.
new barrel?
Yes.
We can pour it back so we don't lose.
And this is just fine to do?
Yeah.
As we go through the
Yeah,
samples,
whatever.
Kalle reveals that sometimes the process actually isn't quite as romantic as it seems.
I have to tell you a secret, like sometimes the tasting is very like a technical, boring stuff. it's not the experience you have like enjoying whiskey with your friends and just enjoying the flavors. We are trying to pick a certain flavors that we can use in the end product.
But he emphasizes that for most people, whiskey should be about enjoyment.
You don't have to pick certain flavors from it. You have to enjoy.
Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about whiskey. I just know Jack Daniels, of course. I've tried that, and I've tried a couple of times, I think, also Scotch. Yeah, I don't really know anything about whiskey, so there you go. No, nothing. So
It brings you somewhere, and it's always a personal voyage where you go. You don't have to compare it with your friends' vocabulary or somebody else's knowledge. It's what you get out from the whiskey.
After sampling a few cask
That was
samples
so
and
deep.
getting a taste of the nuances, I'm eager to explore more. But Kalle has something special planned for later.
I can teach you some Finnish.
yes,
So for cheers, we say kippis.
kippis.
Kippis. Kippis, guys. Let's try this.
And if your listeners are English speaking, the good way to memorize is get pissed. Kippis.
Experiencing these initial tastings with Kalle has been very educational. Each sample offers a glimpse into the complexities of rye whiskey and sets the stage for what's to come.
I think it's really impressive how nuanced the difference.
Or another way, as an English speaker, you know, that you can remember kippis. If you're learning Finnish, could be like keep pissing, keep pissing, because the more you drink, the more you keep pissing.
Are. With your help, I'm like, when you tell me what to watch out for, I can like look for it, and then I can taste.
I think the whiskey is kind of hard to get into, but once you start to pick the flavors, you find your favorite whiskeys.
But of course, this was just pre-game.
Yeah, probably that's
Kalle has
why I
prepared
never
a
got
full
into
tasting
whiskey.
of Kyro's whiskey lineup, and this is the moment I've been excited for: the chance to experience the culmination of all the passion and craftsmanship that we just learned about that goes into each bottle.
Wow, that was such a
I hope
cool
you guys
video.
learned as much as I did in this video. I
Yes.
had a ton of fun making it, and thank you so much to Kyro for inviting us over and making this video possible. Definitely check them out using the link in the video description. And my stomach needs a rest now, so I'm gonna see you guys in the next video.
Wait, before we end the video, I want to find something. I want to see what's the price for Kyro whiskey, you know? Wow, okay. But I mean, yeah, it's 65.70 euro. You can see right here. I don't know, but if it's good whiskey, I think it's totally worth it, right? Anyways, this bottles, it's not like a bottle that you buy to drink all in one time. Of course, you're gonna keep it for years whenever people come to your house and offer it to them. So yeah, I mean, if you're into that, of course you're gonna spend money to do that. Come on, let me know. Have you ever tried the Kyro whiskey? Let me know down in the comments. And let me also know if you enjoyed this video. Come on, it's been 1 hour and 7 minutes. Thank you so much for all of you that stayed until the end of this video. Wow, that was really incredible. I enjoyed every minute of it. I cannot really wait to travel to Finland and try for myself all the delicious food. Thank you so much for watching again. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.